Good morning, everyone. Good morning, guys. Good morning, chat. Welcome, chat. Welcome, chat. Good morning. Let's go. How's it going, everyone? Good morning, everyone. Good morning out there. Let me just share this with our community members. Let's go, guys. Beautiful. Good afternoon, good evening for some of you. Happy Monday time, ready for a very interesting week out here. Look at the 4-hour candles. Let me just take out. So this is the 4-hour candlestick for Nasdaq. It actually looks impressive, guys. We've been able to consolidate for a short period of time above the 200 EMA blue line. That is usually a significant buying pressure signal. So I'd like to see, one of the targets will always remain, and we should not forget about, and that is the yearly 12 months VWAP, right? So it's the 12 months VWAP that we've got right there on 279. A very important mark. Altcoin season, exactly. Definitely expecting that, a form of altcoin season and bullishness. Looks great. And I'd like to share with you also the yearly opening as well, which remains amongst my targets for Nasdaq. 21,269, 279 and 269 on the other side. Those two levels are something that I'm hunting. Am I bullish for the day? The answer is yes. We're trading above the monthly opening, and I am looking for seeing a breakout above, what was it? Like we made. Let me just, turn off these things and set up our chart nicely. We made a high here on 588 on the 25th, right? 589. That's something that we have to consider. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Hope you're having a great day. I hope you have an amazing time. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening for some of you. Appreciate it for joining. We are going to... Wow. Look at this aggressive sell-off here on the 1 minute. 20 points quickly. We're going to trade our Tap 1 futures and Ticktick trader accounts today. Hey buddy, welcome Zill, welcome guys. Hope you're having a great starting of the week. Let's look into the 5 minute here. nicely trading above the daily VWAP and also above the 200 EMA, so the market is positioned here with a form of rejection around 520s, 540s, but obviously without New York we might lack sufficient strength. So I'd like to trade, for example, this account. This is something I'd like to trade. I'd like to start off. Thank you, appreciate it, Zill. It's pretty much utilized by a lot of scalpers, day traders, bots that are trading as well. So it's a form of universal indication. And if it's like that, we see this volume weighted average prices that are running around on different settings that are usually reaction points, right? Have a look into this chart, for example. How you get rejected by the line, how you get supported by the line once you break above and retest the line. Usually that indicates, look at the rejection we get right now as well. So it's usually a significant indicator. Thank you, Zeal. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Let's just pick up the numbers. Go ahead, feel free to like the video and enjoy our stream. The 5-minute closing we had here is not that bullish, certainly not that bullish. I would look into the 15-minute situation here. Pretty flat on the day. But they could very easily and very nicely come back to this level, which is also the previous week daily, last day on Friday. VWAP closing 393. Wouldn't be surprised to see the markets there. And then take off to the other side. I don't think we're going to collapse from here and see another downtrend for the upcoming weeks without pushing for some significant levels much higher, which means above 20,000. We do have two very important things that I've shared with you at the beginning of the stream that are part of 12 months of VWAP and the yearly opening much higher. Probably we're going to get rejected right now here and revisit this 70s. So I'd like to test out a short. Wow, look at that. Let's go for a little continuation here. I mean, if the bulls are going to step in, I'm going to quickly be out.
Order filled.
We have an alternative here to wick down into 466 and squeeze some of it. I think there's already a lot of the people trying to long this and could be too early. So I'm going for the short side. This is not copy traded, this is traded alone. Let's see if we can make that step down. Hope you had a great weekend, guys. Hope you've enjoyed, relaxed. What an ugly price action here. And a very strong reaction from the bulls. Let's see how does it plays out. If we get rejected here on this candle, I'm quickly out of this. Yeah, we have seen a good reaction so far. I do expect the price action to get slightly below, at least slightly below the daily. And I do expect basically the price action to reclaim the daily VWAP and the 200 EMA after the New York. So before the New York, we could actually go below without any issues. It wouldn't give us any significant signal. Let's see if the rejection could continue here and squeeze some of the boys down to 466 with a previous low here on the 1 minute.
Order filled.
And this has touched basically the stop loss. There is an interesting reaction so far in the 5 minute here. Gotta wait a little more for continuous signals coming out and then continue. We could also see the 1 minute chart and representation. We shouldn't forget about this. Previous downtrending resistance line becoming our support. There is also a downtrending here. Structure too. This could be the place we could see a form of rejection appearing on the 500s. Otherwise, we'd break out and we could resume the uptrend. Let's see how does the 500s are reacting here. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Well, depends, Gen C, depends on your consistency of the new consistency that you're building up. Right? So from that point, your consistency will reset. And your new trading cycle is going to have its own consistency. Depends how much you have to do, on which prop firm, how much money you have to earn, and I'll tell you the exact number. Let me know how much money you have to make, and I'll tell you the exact number you should not cross. There's a form of rejection here on the 1 minute appearing, but this is quite squeezed out there, so you have to do 4,000, right? So what we do is simply we divide 4,000 to 5. If you make $800 maximum, you're good. 800. Right? So do not make more than 800 and you're fine. You have to do 800 for 5 days, and then on the 6th day, if you make another $200, you're good to go. You're going to have your consistency sufficient, plus you're going to have sufficient balance as well. You're welcome. Yep. So let's see if we get any form of real resistance here appearing on this downtrending, or we simply have the ability to push into 515. Earlier we got trapped and it didn't happen basically for the shorts to play out. But we're looking forward obviously to continue with our exercise. I think there is room here for a push slightly higher if the resistance is not going to confirm. Then you just continue trading basically for the next day. So it depends how much money you need to do. If you need to do 4,000, then 800 is the maximum. If you made more than 800, then overall you have to make a little more. Depends exactly how much you made, and then I can give you the math. It's actually simple. You have to multiply that value times 5, and it gives you the 20%. Plus the total value. It's a form of rejection here appearing, so I like to see how this one looks on 5 minute as well. Five minute is doing choppiness here. We've got a very good reaction from the daily VWAP. Technically, the markets could continue above 500 in the way they're positioned here. So I wouldn't be scared.
Order filled.
For a long position here.
Order filled.
507 would really be interesting. There is a big difference between a mini and the macro contract. I'm going to explain you very soon. Just have to focus on this trade, putting the stop loss to my entry. Let's go, guys, for the target. Slightly above, and we're going to be fine with that. I'm going to sell 2
Order
contracts
filled.
here. Increasing the target a little bit. We're going for the 508. 3 contracts remaining of the long. The next 1 minute candle should also continue with a push. Selling
Order
2 more.
filled.
1 is left, and that has been sold as well. $931. We gotta go for the fireworks. Good job, everyone. Good job. Beautiful. So, let's talk about the difference between mini and micros. So, exactly. The major difference is in the value of each contract. On mini is much higher each value than on micro is much higher, and there is a specific value behind. Every single tick on mini is $5. Every single tick. 1 point of price means 4 ticks. 1 tick is always 0.25 on the price, the way it moves. So when you see moving the price from 509 to 510, it moved 1 point. But that means 4 ticks, because each tick is 0.25. Now, 1 point is valued at $20 per contract. When you trade here on the left side, 1 contract, then 1 point value is valued at $20. If we open along here and the market goes 1 point, we have $20 in profit. If we do 2 contracts, then it doubles. 1 point is going to be $40. 3 contracts and so on, you just multiply that. This is basically clearly with the minis. When it comes down to micros, is smaller for each point. If I am not wrong, you have to look that up. I'm not sure if I remember correctly, but you guys want to verify me, want to correct me here. It is $10 per point. Each point on each contract for micros. $10. Minis, $20. On minis, I'm sure it's $20 for Nasdaq, but on micros, I guess it's $10. If I'm not wrong. Didn't check that for a while. I'm not sure if I remember exactly. It's 1/10. So each point, it's $2. It's not 10. Oh, it's 10 times exactly. So it's just $2 each point. It's, let's put it this way. 1 mini equals with $20 per contract per point. One micro equals with $2 per contract per point. Right, so it's 10 times less when you do micros. How do you know what you have used and what you have traded on the platform? Well, it's listed under the name of the contract. If you click on the contract, the M letter is also specifying, it's also written next to it, a micro Nasdaq, and then it's simple Nasdaq with the NQ means that is minis, right? So micro is always going to start with M, and it's going to be written right there. That's how you know which contract you trade. So you know each value. Exactly. Hope that helped you, Zil. This is a good situation here that we've got. I'd like to get back into the 5-minute. There is strength in the market, guys. Daily VWAP really reacts already for the 3rd time. Delivering numbers. How is it going, everyone? Hope you have an amazing day out here. Hope you enjoy. What do we have scheduled for the economical calendar? Tuesday, we've got JOLTS job openings, and we're going to be covering that. Wednesday, we've got a lot. Core PCE as well. Advanced GDP, non-farm employment change on Wednesday. And then Thursday, we've got unemployment claims in the PMI. Yet for the Friday, we go again unemployment, non-farm employment change, and the average hourly earnings. So there is a lot going on from the US economy. There's many things going on from the European economy as well, from the EU. There's awful things happening in Japan this week. Plus, I did watch very recently the Fed Watch tool, and this is what it brings in terms of the next FOMC meeting, which is going to be in 9 days and 5 hours, right? So in 9 days, we've got the FOMC meeting for May. 95% expecting no rate cuts, and it's going to be kept on the current basis points. Yet, where we expect and where we could see a rate cuts is going to be on the next one after the May, which is going to be on 18th of June. We have 54% expecting a rate cuts. This is going to obviously move as a percentage up and down depending how does the economy reacts and what does the data says until that point. But this is a perspective out there that is worth to look at, guys. We did open our weekly chart here with a gap, which is going to be pretty quickly filled up right there. That's where the gap closes on 549. I wouldn't be surprised right now to go straight into that one. Really wouldn't be surprised. I'm happy to be loaded up in altcoins in terms of the crypto, and I'm just waiting. Depends for the altcoins. How does the... Probably May is going to be a great month, even better than the current one. So I'm expecting basically in the next period for the altcoins a bullish reaction. I don't know how powerful is that going to be, but I'm definitely expecting Strange Nature to see something out of the ordinary growth, out of the ordinary movements that we have been seeing in the past few months. Even with the downtrending there, I'd like to see those days with 20-30%. And it's definitely possible. It's just a question of time from my standpoint till we see those. Welcome, Marek. Good morning, guys. Welcome, everyone. Appreciate it for joining. Let's just bring up the numbers. Make sure to like the video, and we will try to hit the great targets today. We've got on the copy trading accounts $931 made here on the top 1 futures. This is slowly climbing, and it's not showing signs of weakness so far. I think we're gonna hunt basically as we have opened with a gap, so we might go for filling up the gap 549 even before the New York opening. And other things that we should also consider here is the CRSI might have a breakout here on the down on the indicator. There is a trending line here for the CRSI, and we could see a breakout. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening. Hope you have a great starting time and great plans for the current week. We're going to do giveaways. I'm not going to tell you right now when and which are the companies that are going to be part of, but we're going to organize this week as well giveaways. And I'm trying to grab some more accounts and do giveaways with other companies as well. I know people love them. And guess the number type of giveaway works very nicely, so people have the ability in a realistic way to monetize their luck and go for a payout from a free account. Look at the pump we're getting here, guys, and it's not much rejection going on. Very interesting. Very, very interesting how we have reacted once again on the daily VWAP. Explains a lot. Gold is looking decent at this levels. I mean, probably it's going to range for a period of time and allow the other currencies to do something more important. The very interesting week is going to be right here for the DXY, for the US dollar index. I like to share with you the weekly candles for this one, guys. It's in a difficult situation here, cascading and possibly coming down to 91.7. Why is it so? Well, this is where our weekly significant environment support trending line sits. And this would basically create for a longer term a structure here of a triangle, which is going to extend for the upcoming years, as you can see on the chart for the weekly. And we're going to play between this triangle, because these lines are at some point are going to form a triangle, right, in the upcoming years. So I think we're going to play this game right now. Let's have a look into the 5-minute of Nasdaq. There is a form of rejection here. But this is not fearful for me. Definitely not fearful on the fourth rejection that we're facing around this levels. Yeah, we're trying to increase the lows. I'm hoping for a Monday high. I'm not hoping for a deep Monday low at all. I don't want to see the Monday low standing out. I'd like to see the Monday high standing out. Specifically above 589. Definitely not expecting a bearish week from the price action, but once again, guys, this is not a financial or investment advice. Usually it's pure entertainment and education from a total different standpoint. The current situation in the economy is representing how dynamic adjustments could be in terms of the way we see the economy. Very, very dynamic. Very, very dynamic. Economies that are correlated in a chain effect towards different speeches, different words. Think about it, guys. The economies can be very strongly moved by a single word. Obviously, that means a lot, and the way that single word is then expressed is going to influence certain actions and certain outcomes that will influence people's lives. So it's normal to be like that. Yeah, currently the impact of such moments is very, very intense. Are we going to see another rejection here on the 530s? Like a confirmed rejection taking us back. If I get a wick into the 500s around that one, I'm going to be happy longing it. But I'm afraid the markets might pump back into 530s from earlier levels. Bitcoin is up to $95,000. It's having a good movement. This is a very similar way in the way the markets are looking right here. Let's get all the way into the 500s. We're quick scalping here, guys. You're not going to request too much from this scalp. I'm also close with the consistency, so I don't need to make too much in the account. Just gotta make values that are very close to the highest. Let me see which is the highest quickly. The highest we have is 1,495. So I should not cross that at the end of the day. But this is an ugly rejection here if we don't get to see any form of sell-off appearing right now, then I have to be out of this. Markets can very easily get into the 30s. Right, so the selling pressure has to appear right now or I'm out. I'm going to put a stop loss right above the current body of the candlestick. It has no wick. Let's just try to see if we get into the 507. I'm certainly fearing to the upside, but I'd like to do some micro movements here. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you for watching. By the way, make sure to like the video. And all the links with everything can be found. Coupon code is Crembo, you already know, guys.
Order filled.
We're doing instant funding. We got stopped out here pretty tight. Clear rejection here, but also I'm fearing the very strong possibility of a breakout at 5 minute here. We don't. I'd like to test out the other account where we have started with a loss. I'd like to see if we could generate something out of this. All the way back into the 527. The reason I'm going to sell there is simply we could get a double top rejection and then back below this specific trending line that I've got. If the breakout is going to be successful, then we go for the 49. Very likely the closure of the gap created on the opening. Gonna increase the target a little bit here and manage it straight on it with a trailing. Now let's do it this way. I'm gonna go here with a target slightly above the previous wick. But at the same time on 528, sell 2 contracts. So we're going to do a limit order sell on 528 if the market is pushing there. We're nicely going to get rid of 2 contracts. And then 32 with whatever is left. Once we hit our limit order, I'm going to also move my stop loss to my entry. Stop loss to my entry. It was very close to the take profit of 2 contracts. Has not been touched, guys. We're going back to that level. We're going to go a little bit higher, so I'm going to increase my take profit. Across the board. Come on. Just a single tick, guys.
Order filled.
Beautiful. So we sold 2 contracts. And now we're going for the last 3 above the previous 1 minute high we made here around 30s. Stop loss moving, trailing the stop loss above that specific structure of the candle on 522. This is interesting here in the way we've closed our 5 minute.
Order filled.
Beautiful. Beautiful, guys. Celebration time with that one. We recovered quite a lot from here. We have recovered quite a lot from here. What was it? About 1,800 was in minus. We're down to 400. This is great. The other accounts are up to 742, which are copy traded. That's also decent. This is probably going for the 540s liquidity even higher. Pretty good timing. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Make sure to like the video. Really helps.
Order filled.
Just for a little scalping here for liquidity higher. 548. Moving the stop loss to my entry here. Very tight. Come on, keep pushing. 3 points. We're break even. We're break even extremely tight here. That would actually clear all the losses. I'm gonna sell a contract. Very tight here. 3 points.
Order
Getting
filled.
out of this. We made something, not much, about $100. This is a critical place to long. It's a high. It's a place you're not normally opening longs in resistance, right? Don't you guys? Pretty obvious. Pretty strong highs that we have established here on Friday. On 25th. We need a power and a volume coming from the opening. I don't think we're not going to retest the top of the wick established on Friday here. And that is exactly on the price of, let me just verify that. That is 589. 589, 590 is around that one. And with that being said, we could attack levels above 600, and of course then it wouldn't be really possible to say that the markets will have to stop at 600 at all. Let me just go ahead here with another little volatility above that candle, slightly taking the liquidity from the upper side. So we're just going for a few points.
Order filled.
As a micro scalping, like I told you, if you do micro scalping before New York, then each trade is gonna take longer in terms of time, and you have that great chance with a 10 seconds, right? This is the time you can easily do 5 points that can take you a few minutes. 2, 3, 4 minutes. Meanwhile, in New York, 5 points could be less than 5 seconds. That's a disadvantage during those times. Interesting move to the upside here. Moving the stop loss to my entry. Got to break even on this. We're in the highs. We're in the resistance, guys. I don't want to be hit by that one. I don't want to be hit by a rejection coming from higher. We sold
filled.
2 contracts and we're going to increase the take profit here.
Order filled.
And we broke even. Probably this is going to go higher. We're just going to buy back with the 2 contracts and go with a 549. I don't see the 1-minute candles being dangerous from the bears. I don't see significant shorts opened. Moving the stop loss below that wick. We're playing this very tight on 2 points. I'm out
Order
of this.
filled.
It's too tight, guys. It's not a good idea. Certainly not. It would be obviously much better for me to get an opportunity on the retest of the trending line to get back in the trade 520s. Let's have a look into the 15 minute, which looks great for a continuation, a very strong continuation. This 15 minute wants to get into the 600s.
Order filled.
We are back, quickly trying to monetize the move above for some liquidity grab. This is an ugly one. 1 minute rejection here. Retracing this one all the way to the 20s might be DCAing a little bit. If we get that chance, I'm not sure. Could appear early reaction. And we see something around the 30s. Our entries in the very highs right now. Definitely not looking too promising on that.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
Added a little more to this. We're sitting on 7 micros.
Order filled. Order filled.
Sitting on 9 micros, added even more. Breaking above the previous Minor structure 547 would be amazing here. Putting the stop loss on my entry. Come on. Let's see, can we do the move here? It's not looking bearish. The thing is, we're again very tight. Beautiful reaction right there. Sold
Order
3
filled.
contracts. Increasing the target a little. Sitting on 6 contracts right now. Look at this one, guys. We actually filled up the entire gap of the opening.
Order
Selling
filled.
2 more.
Order filled.
And we got break even, but we've recovered something. We recovered about $280 in this trade. Could have been much better for a stronger push, about 50s. Yeah, that's exactly the place the gap started with the weekly opening, so could be a reaction point, especially for me trading micros short term. This is dangerous on such sizes to be greedy. Look at that. Rejection is obvious there, so on such short term, it's definitely not in my favor. If I would trade basically for the upcoming hours, it would be different. But here I am candle to candle, even in the 1 minute. Micromanaging. So it's good we recovered from 1,800. We were down on this account quite a lot. Could be a temporary distribution here. Distributing above the trending line we broke. So it's a pretty dangerous place. Your L level, where 589 is extremely touchable for a strong squeezing, and even slightly above that could be part of the theory. But at the same time, this could be a nice supply level. Thank you guys for joining. Appreciate it. 30 minutes to go for the US opening. Bulls are active.
Order
and they
filled.
show strength, so I'm gonna see if the strength here has the ability to continue back and give us a chop here around this level, going for the highest part. That's a beautiful buy-in. Let me put my stop loss to my entry. That's a great way to look at the things. Let's go, guys, for levels above 560s. This is very promising here as soon as we don't get stopped out on break even. Levels above 560s would actually give us a decent level. Adding
Order
a little
filled.
more to this one. And allocating some room basically for retracement too. I would certainly be happy with that. 560s, 1,090 bucks profit with it. As soon as we push, I'm going to move break even, such as right now. Let's see what we can get out of this. We have wicked into 54. Hey, buddy. So, stocks correlation has been with Bitcoin for a while, but there are times when the crypto market is no longer following, which is in rare occasions, and usually these times are when extreme bullish context appears. So right now, such as these days, we have seen that in Bitcoin. We have seen days, and I've been here on the stream, where the stock markets were going down and the Bitcoin has been going to the upside. Hey, thank you, buddy. You've been having fireworks today on the other account. Hoping for a nice round of fireworks here as well. How you guys doing? How do you have your starting point of the week? It's gonna be a heavy week, filled up with a lot of volatility. Yeah, we're sitting green today. But we started with a $1,800 loss in this account, and we are now down to $85 loss. That is realized, and a good unrealized trade. With some grinding chance here. Up all the way. On 590s where we've got the wick. That could be something. Welcome, Alloy Trades. Exactly, so right now the crypto space decoupled from the stocks for a few days in a row, especially last week, and that was a sign which is usually not appearing unless you have a different context. Yeah, it wants to go to that level. And I'm trying to find my way here. Just for the 60s. Not requesting more. I've been trading, but not day trading or intraday, since 2014. I bought crypto Bitcoin back then and only traded swing trading, right? So I've been around this place for 11 years already. It has not been day trading like we do right now. At this place, I'm definitely not amongst the best. Yet I have the mechanism and the resources to adjust and continuously learn, just like you guys have to manage. That's the most important part. The place I'm doing much better is the swing trading, where if you trade in an environment like the bullish environment of the crypto space for longer term, it's not that difficult to make money. If you sell your assets and you wait sometimes even 1 year or more than a year, 2 years, up to 2 years, and buy back later once you see major decreases, if you have this ability, then from what we have seen so far, it never happened not to make money. I've learned on my skin, which is possibly the best way of learning. But thank you guys for joining. We've got an interesting trade here, playing the trailings. Looking for another 4 points movement. I'm sure 15 minute looks very good, guys. Very, very good. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, guys, for those of you all over the world. I haven't checked the trading resources provided by them. I just know they give you some trading resources that are educational, but I have not checked them. A lot of the people will say a recession is going to happen. Yeah, you might see a pump basically before that goes on, right? So we could see Nasdaq testing levels above 20,000s again. We might be going for some very interesting levels right there, and then a very significant lower high as a structure if the recession is in the talks. And usually the crypto space in the Bitcoin is pretty much pumping before such things appear. It's just squeezing and taking the liquidity before that appears, trapping people into the FOMO. So it's very hard. We have numbers of the economy slowing and already, contributing towards a prediction with that of the need of the recession is a little too much. I think it's a little too much. The economy is slowing, and they're expecting to go even slower, but at the same time we have maneuvers and ways to accelerate the economy. Of course, inflation might come with a package of those maneuvers, of those tools available, which is gonna put more pressure on one thing is kind of clear in terms of the cost of life is going to decrease. Cosmo, well, I recommend to diversify. I mean, I don't think they are an option to be rejected. I think to diversify and have as many possible to collect, 10, 15, 20 grand a month. Even if you go for a single payout, and if you have max accounts on Tap One and Ticktick, and you just go for a single max payout, or let's put it that way, you have 6 accounts and you qualify only with 3 accounts, that should give you guys around $10,000. And if you trade slower, that allows you basically to go only once a month for a payout. And if that happens, 10 grand a month is good money. Is good and very good. Right? So even the way Tap One looks right now, where they request you 7,500 for the new accounts, is not bad. Other firms are requesting you more, or pretty much the same. Look at that interesting move, guys. Are we going to get to our target? This has been a good trade so far. Pretty happy about it. It's an ugly rejection. I'm going to sell something here. I sold another contract too. I'm putting my stop loss at break even. We've got $416 profit with this trade, guys. I'm going to increase my target to, if this trade is running, I'm going to let it like that. 586. Otherwise, we're break even here and we're fine with it. we've collected around $500, right? Old accounts remain the same way like they used to be, even for the second payout. There are no changes announced to that, so they will remain the same. Even the new accounts are not a bad option. If you compare the things, if you compare the prices, they are remaining, along with Ticktick, the favorites. So these two companies are delivering very, very good, guys. Exactly, in the crypto space. It was not in a day. It was not in a day. Those were very, very long-term positions. We sold some long-term positions. And definitely not all the resources involved there were mine, including family members. You know, we got, as a family, the resources we got in crypto. It's not all that money mine. It wouldn't be bad for a $5 million position to be mine. But Bitcoin was extremely cheap a while ago, right? So part of that decision is simply, you know, we got lucky with that, of course. If you are on the old accounts, the same rules are going to be respected with a 2%, 20% consistency, correct. If you are on the new accounts, that means the second payout will request you 4%, the third payout is 3%, and then forever it's going to be at 3%. Slowly grinding here, 15 minutes to go, guys. Trade has been running pretty normally. And as you can see, if you're doing micro trading, you're welcome. If you're doing micro trading basically before New York, then it's easy not to close your trades in 10 seconds or below that. Why? Because even 3 points or 5 points take longer. So if you have a strategy that is most of the time traded below 10 seconds, then obviously do not trade during early New York. Trade before. Trade during the London session. You might have to wake up a little earlier, but you can do your style if that's what makes money. Right, so let's see at this nice movement on the micro. We're trading a nice micro here. We're putting obviously the stop loss right now on the candle that we have the breakout out of this one. And trying to see if the liquidity goes all the way into 586. Trade looks beautiful. Let's have a look into the 15-minute as well, which is showing signs of continuation. 590s, aiming to take all the wick, which is what we're trading here, guys, right now. We're trading that as a target. Where's my tea, guys? I didn't drink tea today at all. Let me just grab my tea. Bear with me for... I don't know about that one, Solar. So, bear with me 2 minutes. I'm back in 2 minutes, guys. I gotta grab my tea. There's not gonna be an opening without my tea. There you go. Look at that. Ticktick Trader Cup. Ready to make money, everyone. Let's go. Let's take that gap. Take that gap away before New York opens. Due to the fact that I would not be surprised for this. Not would be surprised. That's why. My trailing is right there securing something. We're gonna do more and more giveaways. I got payouts from these guys from Ticktick, and they sent me a cup. So I kind of got rewarded. I traded back in a day, yes, with FTT. I was scheduled to receive payouts because the last times they were scheduling people, I remember that. And I was scheduled to receive my payouts. And they didn't happen. Got some payouts, but the last ones that were scheduled, and they were more than $20,000, got missed. And the thing is, 2 days before my one was scheduled, guys were getting paid. So I was very close to that, 48 hours. Ticktick Trader Cup. Looking for getting such cups from other firms as well, as a reward for the payouts. But just gotta go for those payouts, especially with the top one. Gotta push quickly, guys. Yeah. Certainly not sure about what's going to happen on the FTT side.
Order filled.
It was a quick delivery. So we got stopped out right there. It wasn't through the post. It didn't get broke. It was an express delivery service special for these things. So we got stopped out in profit. We've got $555 from a minus of 1,800. And the other accounts that are copy traded have 742. Now, should I be satisfied with these numbers? Well, we did some trading. We already traded for an hour and 20 minutes, and this is where we have reached. I could say that I don't want to force it, right? Specifically on this account, I don't want to force it. We've got 3 accounts here, all of them on profit. Not as much as is expected, of course, but it's something. And at this time, by going with the same accounts, I'm having a feeling of forcing it. So I'm going to move and trade right now my Ticktick Trader accounts. I'm going to trade this, guys, in a different way, of course. We're speaking about 250k accounts here, much bigger. Here's the cup, guys. We're drinking Japanese green tea. Yeah, it's a blue cup right here. What these prop firms could do, they could set such products, sell these products, right, to their clients, their audiences, for example. They could allow you to buy this kind of products, and all the profit that is being made to be donated to specific causes, right? They could do this. They could create such products, sell them to you, and take that profit and donate it basically to special causes. They could do these things. Yeah, matcha green tea I'm doing sencha, and the oolong is great. Or, they could give us accounts, but they are sometimes doing giveaways, right? I'm doing giveaways, they're doing giveaways sometimes. So that's why being up here on the stream will allow you to qualify for the giveaways and allow you to go for... This is an interesting pressure here, guys. 7 minutes left, or even less than that. 5 minutes actually left. 15 minute looks great. We're gonna do more giveaways this week and continue our job. And I'm gonna reach back to some companies. I'm constantly receiving emails from prop firms that are looking for popularity. So I'm gonna reach to them and tell them that, they could give accounts if they want to our community members. I'm gonna be happy to give you the accounts. I don't need them. I'm sharing with them and with you guys that, it would be great that our community to have some free accounts. That would be really good. That's a really good way to have our community happy around it. So let's go for some interesting situations out here in terms of the trading. I would love to monetize here for a long. There's 4 minutes to go. Look at this possibility here.
Order
3
filled.
contracts. I'd like to see how can we do something about a squeeze. We have opened a long here. If this is gonna go ugly, I'm gonna cut it off. Market opens very, very soon. It's pretty fast. Sufficiently fast, let's put it that way. I do work with a stop loss that I'm pretty much triggering, closing it manually. But I don't have a preset stop loss in function. That's not really my
Order
taste.
filled.
Not really my style of business.
Order filled.
Let's go a little bit higher. On 74, I'm gonna 574. If I get that chance, otherwise I'm gonna be out earlier. If this is going ugly here, I'm not gonna slip on the trade. Less than 2 minutes to go. We didn't push right now, just before the market would actually open. Looks like we are forcing it down. I'm gonna have my stop loss pretty tight here. There's not much left on this one. One minute to go. Yep. Let's go for the 5-minute chart. 30 seconds. We will very likely, we're so close to the stop loss. Very likely to hit that. And we've got the opening bell.
Order filled.
Yep. Stop tap. Going forward with the next one. What an interesting sell-off we got out here. How's it going, Anton? Have a good time. How's it going for you?
Order filled.
Looking for a nice scalp here. Back to the upside. Beautiful. Great
Order
job.
filled.
And the take profit has been touched 1,400. There you go. Celebration time on the opening. We're going for some
Order
higher
filled.
numbers out here.
Order filled.
Some profit has been locked in. Good job, Anton. Yeah, we secured 3 accounts in profit on Tap 1 futures. So totally, basically, we're having 4 accounts to the upside, 2 accounts. Alright, buddy. It seems like you are crossing the line here. I mean, bye-bye. Have a good time. Enjoy. Take care about yourselves. That was a nice scalping. But this is going very strange. Oh, in the price section, have a look into that. Yeah, 4 accounts are in profit, 2 accounts are down. Time to see here if we're able to grab the liquidity on 590s. That we got a wick right there. And that would be pretty interesting, so crazy.
Order filled.
Scalping again to the upside a little bit.
Order filled.
Add a little more to this.
Order filled.
All the way back here to the trending line we broke out. This is an interesting spot. Wow.
Order filled.
Let me scalp something out of the markets here
Order
as well.
filled.
Few hundreds, $200.
Order filled.
Beautiful. We touched that. On this account, it's a little more difficult, but we have a decent average.
Order filled.
It's a decent average if it's not going lower.
Order filled.
All the way close to the daily VWAP here. We'll have to take the loss there. This is an insane dumping. Hitting crazy out here.
Order
I'm
filled.
going to long it here a little bit for a few points.
Order filled.
Cut it away. We're looking fine on this one. On 50-minute, we could take it all the way back to the 548 we pretty much opened. Have a look into this, guys.
Order
Adding
filled.
a little more to this here. Testing out if the market holds.
Order filled.
Adding more at this point. What a crazy sell-off. Wow, look at this, guys. Pretty much.
Order filled. Order filled.
This is a good spot here. For markets pushing much higher for the liquidity. We don't need that much of a profit. We would need around 1,500. So that target right there is beautiful for me. Let me see if I can lock that in.
Order filled.
$487. I would only need around $980 here. Very close
Order
to that,
filled.
and it has been touched. Great. And this is a copy traded account, 1,491. Beautiful. Over here as well. Looks great for a nice runner to the upside. back into the 53s. Let's go, guys, for a nice target right there. Going for a push here as well.
Order filled.
Putting a limit order right there. Could see that filled up.
Order filled. Order filled.
We would need around $700 here. It's a beautiful scalping. And
Order
I am
filled.
out right there. 1,100 secured on that one too. What a great time here on the Top 1 futures. We managed to do 1,491 on the copy traded. And 1,119 on the solo traded. So let's see what's happening on our Ticktick trader account. Have a look into that, guys. Beautiful. Look at the entry. That's a beautiful entry. Going for the target on the 53.
Order filled.
I'm out. And we're in profit. 645, fully recovered from that loss. Let's go with a round of fireworks. Beautiful, guys. Told you about the longs needed here, and that's exactly what we got. Beautiful trading. Very important here on the Top 1 futures that we've secured some great profits.
Order filled.
Scalping here a little more.
Order filled.
And we made money over there as well. Beautiful. Now, slowing down. Slowing down, probably breaking above. Probably breaking above. This is insane. Look at the prices here. We've crashed 100 points and then quickly recovered from an insane price action. Today is bullish. And we have reacted on the daily VWAP. If you remember, I told you about the closing of the 15-minute candle all the way back. We're going to push this all the way back on where we have opened. Closing with the opening, and it's pretty much higher. We've crossed that. This is crazy, guys. Great job, NPC World. That is a great job. Congrats for that. Those are great numbers. And we broke above. We're going for the gap 590s. Look at this crazy 15-minute candle. Let's have a look into NVIDIA as well. Still sitting red since the opening. Nasdaq is, much better. Much, much better. We've got S&P as well, breaking above, having a great time. This is interesting. Bitcoin with some of its usual volatility, but Nasdaq is aiming for the 600, guys. We talked about the longs. Good job, NPC. That's a good performance. Pretty happy for you. Four out of 6 accounts on profit. We crossed basically the 600s, broke above 15-minute, has a very powerful closing here. And we're going to look into the higher time frames too. 4 hours is very, very strong. Could get into an unstoppable way. With the S&P as well pumping. 678 target. Would not touch this without seeing 678, which is the 200 EMA blue line. We could have Nasdaq pushing to 20,000s with that. 4 hour looks very strong. It wants market continuation. It's kind of clear. Look at a crazy 5-minute. This is intense. So Nick Patel, if it happens rarely, it's not a problem. If those are exceptions. But if that's the style you're doing constantly and 50% or near to that, or actually the majority of your trades and profit that you made is achieved through micro scalping, then it's not good, right? So those profits will get deleted. If the majority or near to 50% of your profit that you have made is made through that, is not good. If it happens here or there, rarely, you're fine. That's a crazy move right here that we've got on Nasdaq 616. We pushed all the way into the 20s. This is very hard to be shorting, guys. All the guys got burned here, re-shorting the price section, thinking about the market is crashing, coming down like that, right? Talk to you about the longs, talk to you with a necessity to get back into the 590s and the way the markets were looking for that. With so many confirmations here, and especially that you have transformed and converted the daily VWAP into your advantage, it's hard not to see a breakout. And you're trading above the monthly opening too, which is crucial, 411. Appreciate it, guys. Make sure to like the video. We're streaming from Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. EST time. In a very, very enjoyable context. Let me share with you our Discord. Make sure to join that. You definitely want to be up on our Discord. and have a great time on our trading community. You can
Order
actually
filled.
scalp here on Ticktick. You can do scalping without any issues.
Order filled.
All the way back into the wick. From the upside.
Order filled.
For a few points.
Order filled.
Oh. That's looking pretty ugly. My stop loss is going to be at the end of the wick. That was an ugly crash, guys. 60 points. Wow. And we got caught into a micro scalping here. We were going for a few points to the upside. This is a risky situation here. What an ugly situation here that we've got into. Out of the nowhere, suddenly we just got 60 points to the ground. Was not expecting that, honestly. Just went for another 10 points long.
Order filled.
Added a little more to this in case we have a good chance basically to exit soon out of this. Nope. We might get hit here. We might get hit here.
Order filled.
Stop loss under that wick. This is looking pretty ugly on this account.
Order filled.
Yep. Pretty ugly on that one. Down 70 points from the highs. Might come all the way to the daily and weekly opening on 525. So I'm going to look for that on the 525. If I get a chance for that, would be great. But we might also see the markets reacting quicker. We're trading top 1 futures, everyone. Instant sim funded, 150k accounts at $400. You're buying basically $6,000 drawdown at $400 with a maximum payout per cycle of $3,500. And over here as well on Ticktick, we're trading our accounts of 250k that are $600, but you're buying basically $9,000 drawdown. These are two instant funding prop firms having advantages. Both having advantages and disadvantages, of course. Yet they are the highest quality that we've got. I like to see down here into the 20s. 520s, 25, 22, 21. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Our limit orders are waiting.
Order filled.
One has been filled.
Order filled.
More has been filled.
Order filled.
Yep. We got stepped out. Would like to see the prices back into the 494, for example, on the limit order. Yep, crazy. Crazy movements that we've got today. On both sides, actually. So let me see how this 495 reacts here right below the 500s. There's so much room to take this. Putting 4 contracts on that, and even a
Order
squeezing
filled.
below could appear, right, on 478. These are micro contracts that we're doing here. Because I have to make up to 1,500 maximum for my consistency.
Order filled.
We got filled. This is the time. It would be lovely to see a rejection out here. Look at those 1 minute candles all the way. Tap 1 just paid out more than $1 million. They sent out an email, guys. Yeah, exactly. This move is pretty much radical.
Order filled. Order filled.
You would actually be satisfied here. Got a good entry, and the volatility also has to kick in to squeeze from the upper side. There's so many fair value gaps that could be grabbed and imbalanced structures. Just a few points needed. So again, guys, Tap 1 futures just paid out more than $1 million, $1.1 million in the last few weeks, which is intense. Some of you got big payouts.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
What an aggressive move. Thinking about the 500s. Back to the 500s. Time to see some green candles out
Order
here.
filled.
Time to go for a ride. Look at the 1 minute. Reverse golden pocket appears on the 500s, exactly where the daily VWAP sits. Could be one of the targets for the recovery here.
Order filled.
Good job. We've made profit on that. We bought very, very low, and then slowly we have been DCAing. We had the 10 seconds on all the positions, so it's fine. Put it up to 1,532. 1,491 on this one as well. Cannot make more than this, because otherwise, obviously, I would have led the trade a little higher. These are the stats that we've got for this account. Good job, buddy. Another 5,000 payout. There you go. $10,000 from Tap 1 futures, and could be from a single account, right? So if you got it from an account that you paid $400 for it, and you made 10,000, guys. Tap 1 futures. Coupon code for those of you that would like to jump in. I'm just gonna share with you the link as well, is right here. For those of you that would like to use the link for the maximum discount along with a coupon Scrambo at the checkout. You see a lot of the videos on my channel about them. So I could actually make all the way up to 1,672. One single account, $10,000. Good job. We actually pushed close to the reverse pocket and daily VWAP, just like I've showed with you earlier. It's a crazy market, guys, so don't be surprised if we do this. Right, this is the monthly opening, these are the daily and weekly openings, and we've got a lot of these things going on. Don't be surprised, today we're going to move between pivot points and pivot levels. So this is what we've been able to achieve. Now, need a little more here. Probably will need another like 2 days. Let me just do the math quickly. 1,672 with the highest times 5, 8,360. That's how much we need. So we made 4,661. We actually need an extra $3,700 from here to go for the payout. This is great. Without the day where we have lost, at this point we would have already cashed out 5 grand from this account. Beautiful recovery. Good job. DCA enjoyer from our community. Great job, everyone, and welcome to our trading. Mohammed, well, if it happens rarely, and if it's an exception, you're fine. If near or above 50% of the profits you have made in your account are by microscoping and holding your trades below 10 seconds, it's a problem, right? So that means you shouldn't really make your money that way. Exceptions are allowed, but you shouldn't really make your money that way. Wept just secured another 5,000 on top 1 futures. Beautiful, buddy. Great job. Thank you. Appreciate your word as well. Trade Marvin. We don't have today a giveaway, but you're going to win by trading in your accounts. You have a great opportunity by trading in your accounts to win something. Look at a crazy market here. Delivering some wild numbers even on 5-minute candles. Yeah, we are about to call it a day. So you can secure another, but you'd like 15k payout. Well, you gotta go with your intuition, buddy. You gotta go here with your intuition, and you definitely have to be satisfied with the numbers. So just go with the numbers that would actually satisfy you. That would be a total payout, 15k. On this account, we would actually need about 3 more days and we go for the payout. The other accounts need a little more. Probably 4 days, like another day extra. Beautiful, guys. So we're going to call it a day. Ticktick Trader and Top 1 Futures. 3 accounts on profit. 3 accounts in loss. This is our performance. On tab 1, we managed to earn maximum around 1,500 on all of them. And at Ticktick, we had a big L. But that is totally fine. We are going to continue tomorrow and fight back. Push harder, guys. Tomorrow is going to be a much better day, closing out on all the accounts on profit. Hope you had a great day for trading. Thank you so much for watching. Keep in mind, this week we're going to organize giveaways as well. Stick together for nice numbers. And of course, enjoy our trading. Hope you have a great day. Thank you guys for watching. Wish you a very productive day as well. And I'm looking forward to it tomorrow, 8 a.m. EST time. We are getting started, everyone. Enjoy, and we talk to you soon.